Hello, my name is Luke Landers. I'm a 2008 graduate of Friendswood High School. I now attend Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. I've spent most of my life listening and learning from many of the people in this room, and it is such a tremendous honor for me to be invited to speak in front of such a remarkable crowd of educators. I've been asked to share some of my journey during my time in FISD schools and show how my experiences at Klein, Westwood, Winsong, Bales, FJH, and Friendswood High School have prepared me for life after secondary education. But most importantly, I am here to thank the teachers, administrators, coaches, and community that have helped enable me to achieve my wildest dreams and more. I'm going to be a junior this year at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. I'm concentrating in commerce, organizations, and entrepreneurship, with a sub-concentration in organizational studies. My concentration, or major as other schools call it, is an interdisciplinary program in which I take classes in the economics, sociology, engineering, political science, and math departments. This program is one of the things that really attracted me to Brown because it gives me an opportunity to study in many different fields and solve some of the different socio-economic problems that our world faces today. My concentration doesn't teach me to find problems, it teaches me to find solutions. I play right guard for the Brown University Bears football team, and my freshman year we won the Ivy League championship, which was pretty awesome to be a part of. I'm also on the leadership team for Athletes in Action, which is a Christian ministry on campus focused on sharing the love of Jesus Christ with the Brown athletic community. Last spring, I founded a chapter of the International Justice Mission at Brown. IJM is an organization that helps fight human trafficking throughout the world, primarily focused on the sex trade industry of women and children around the world. So I'm excited to get back to campus this fall and continue my mission on campus. Although I attend a prestigious Ivy League university and have had great success in the classroom, but at the beginning of my academic journey, I faced some opposition. I was a delayed reader. When I entered the first grade at Klein Elementary, my teachers recognized that my reading level was far behind my peers and advised my parents that I should be placed in a content mastery special education class in an effort to elevate my reading level with that of my peers. I did not have a learning disability. I was just a slow reader. I was a very bright and attentive child. I just had trouble connecting words. Through the hard work and relentless dedication of my content mastery teacher, Miss Steele, and my other teachers like Miss Wilson and Miss Price, I gradually advanced my reading level. I attended content mastery classes from first grade until one day in fourth grade. To me, the proudest day of my academic career wasn't when I graduated from high school or the day that I received my acceptance letter to Brown. It was the day in fourth grade when it was time for me to go to my CM class, and my teacher, Miss McAdams, said, "You don't need to go. If you feel like you can do your assignment on your own without help, you don't have to go." I said, "Are you sure? You sure it's okay if I stay in class?" She said, "Yes, I believe you can do it." After that day, I never went back to a content mastery class during my time in FISD. I never looked back. After I gained the confidence that I could do it on my own, I started making great grades and held myself to a standard that I was always going to do my absolute best and never let anyone tell me I couldn't do something, because I had teachers here at FISD that told me, "Yes, I believe you can do it." Also during my time here, I learned a lot outside of the classroom, on the football field, and in other extracurricular activities. Football has always been a passion of mine because it's a game that stretches you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It produces and reveals men's character. I had a lot of success as a football player, and I made it a goal that I wanted to play college football. As my junior year began, I was anticipating having a great season and getting closer and closer to my goal of playing college football. But all those hopes and dreams seemed dashed in an instant when I tore my ACL in my left knee and I was done for the season. I remember lying on the training table on the sideline moments after my injury. Coach Rohr came up to me and just told me one word, told me to trust. I knew what he meant. Trust that God is in control. Trust that everything is going to be okay. Trust that despite the 6-hour surgery and the grueling 8 months of recovery and rehab that I was about to undergo, I was going to overcome this challenge. All he had to say was one word, and that comment motivated me more than all the well wishes of my friends and get well cards. I don't remember what curriculum I learned in English class that day, or what math concept I learned earlier that day, but I know on August 26, 2006, Coach Rohr taught me how to trust, despite facing seemingly insurmountable odds. And lessons like that I will carry with me for a lifetime. After my injury, my goal remained the same, but I turned my attention to schools I had never thought were possibly in reach. Most of the scholarship schools that were looking at me before my injury decided that they were no longer interested in me. But most of the Ivy League schools were still interested in me. But the difference with these schools is that not only were they interested in me as a football player, they were also interested in me as a student and as a person. Over my spring break, I went up to New England and toured a couple of the schools and realized my new goal. Not only did I want to play football in college, but I wanted to play football at an Ivy League school. Most of my friends thought I was crazy, but like my 5th grade teacher, Miss Johansson, told me one time, don't let the friends you have keep you from being the person you were made to be. I attacked this goal, and I knew that getting to play football in an Ivy League school was like winning the lottery. But I also remember a sign in my 6th grade teacher, Miss Sobolski's classroom, that said, if you aim for the moon and you miss, you'll still land among the stars. So I might as well try my best and see what ends up happening. I ended up having the honor of having the opportunity to play football at Brown University and join the football team that football greats like Fritz Pollard, Joe Paterno, and John Heisman played for. My freshman year at Brown was tough. I faced challenges I never knew were out there. I overcame things I never thought I could overcome. Brown is the most liberal college in the United States, and Friendswood is the most conservative place in the world. So I was definitely in culture shock. In my freshman dorm, there were students from all over the country and the world. They represented many different cultures and socioeconomic backgrounds. Every person on my floor my freshman year was a valedictorian, and needless to say, I wasn't a valedictorian here at Friendswood. Alex Landon was. She spoke here last year. She goes to that other school that we don't like, Princeton. I always like to say I graduated in front of her because Landers comes before Landon in the alphabet. Everyone else on my floor, though, my freshman year was a valedictorian, and I wasn't. But by the end of our freshman year, I had a 4.0 GPA. And most of the rest of my peers, who were all valedictorians, had not enjoyed the kind of success in the classroom that I did. I attribute this to two things. One, I lived in the library more than I lived in my own dorm room. And second, because of the training I received here at FISD, where I had teachers who taught me how to study, how to work diligently to complete an assignment with excellence, and how to take pride in my work. When I write papers, I always hear Miss Simons, my senior English teacher, in the back of my mind saying, don't forget your references. Back up your claims with quotes from the text. And for goodness sakes, Luke, have someone proofread your grammar mistakes before you turn in your final copy. When I do my economics homework, I hear my 10th grade geometry teacher, Miss Pipkin, in the back of my mind saying, Luke, show your work. When I take essay tests in my sociology class, I hear my 10th grade world history teacher, Coach Rohr, saying in the back of my mind, make sure your essays support your thesis statement, because that would be sweet like a ninja. And whenever I'm at football practice, I hear Coach Koopman, my offensive line coach at Friendswood, telling me in the back of my mind to take care of the little things, and the big things will take care of themselves. Many people have different measuring sticks by which they measure a person's character. I measure a person's character by how they love the people that can't love them back. Sure, it's easy to love the people in your family, like your parents, your spouse, your kids, because they can love you back. But the students walking into your classroom this year will never be able to repay you for the love that you give them this year. You're giving them more than an education. You are giving them the tools that will enable them to dream dreams that will change our world for the good. I want to challenge you to never label a student's ability by a test score or by where he or she lies on a reading level chart. Remember that each one of your students is infinitely valuable and is capable of anything they become passionate about. Never let a kid just be average. In FISD, we never have average kids walk through our doors. We only have brilliant, exceptional students that are just waiting to be discovered. Many of you are new to teaching. Many of you have been teaching for a while, and some of you are new to FISD. As you can tell, Friendswood is a special place. In my organizational studies classes, we call organizations like FISD organic organizations, because like an organism, every moving part of the organization does something different, but it has the same goal in mind. Teachers are the lifeblood of FISD, and you empower students to dare to do great things. You empower them to rise up from a content mastery desk to walk through the gates of an Ivy League school, to get up off of a hospital bed and go play college football. My prayer for FISD is that success stories like mine would not be something rare, that I would just be one of thousands of success stories coming out of FISD, and that stories like mine would become the norm. I always like to say, Harvard students think that they rule the world, but Brown students change the world. I'd like to change that today and say that other school districts think their students are future leaders, but FISD students are world changers. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to love your students relentlessly this year. And remember that success stories are not in someone else's classroom. They are in every desk in your classroom the first day of school. Good luck this school year and be blessed. Thank you.